Okay, here's just a wee short video on the stripper brush. This is it here. All it is two 2-inch brushes. One here, held together in this small stainless steel bracket. Your wading belt sits in here, and then it attaches like this. And when you're pulling your line in, the line just sits in here. But it's important, if you're going to make one of these, don't push the brushes too close together, because it'll make it too tight. You just want the brushes to go into each other by about, I don't know, a couple of millimetres maybe. And that just sits onto the side like that. It's quite simple. I had to actually put this small piece of balsa wood in because I had too big a gap here, and what was happening was the line was dropping down the back if I pulled it too tight. But putting this in here has cured the problem, and the line shoots out no bother. So it just basically, wading belt through here, clips onto the side, happy days. Like I say, two 2-inch paint brushes held in a stainless steel bracket, and that's it. That's all it is. There you go. Quite simple. Seems to work a treat. Another thing that I did think of doing, and I'm pretty sure this will work as well, all this is here is a brush that you would use to polish your boots or your shoes. And you could, I might do this, make a bracket to come along with a loop in it, and you need to remember, if you're going to do it this way, using one of these, you need to make the bracket big enough for your wading belt clip to go through. Right, and you could have that sitting at your side, and obviously the line will just sit into these brushes, and then obviously when you shoot it, the line will just come off. And the idea of using a brush is it stops the line, if you're in a fast current, from just going down. It'll just hold the loops down at your side. So that's another way that you could possibly use. There's various other things. You could use, I did think in trying those small brushes that you use for draft excluders, or you could use a letterbox with the brushes, which is similar, but I just tried this out with 2 paint brushes, and like I say, it works okay. Once I put this piece of wood in, now obviously if I didn't have that wood in, I could have made it by putting the paint brushes closer to here. Now you could also make this even smaller if you trim the brushes here and trim the brushes here. You could probably knock 1.5 inches off the size of this and make it even smaller, but there's no weight to it. So that's all it is. 2 2-inch paint brushes going that way, they're just interlinking by a couple of millimetres. And if you see the video on YouTube, you'll see that it works fine. Quite easy. It's better than paying 80 quid for the commercially made one, but there we go. Happy days.